Hey guys, it's Monet. The time is probably about 3 o'clock. I did I? No, I vlogged this morning, so you already saw that feed. And sure enough, I've been really busy getting some things together. So today is Thursday, and I told you guys that Thursday and Friday were more so like my instruction preparation days. I've already decorated. There are some things that I do need to do. I have put up my classroom values. I just need to put up my rewards and consequences on the wall as well. I like to have those visible so kids kind of know where they are as they are doing great things or making poor decisions. Sorry if I'm talking really fast, but I have something I really have to do today after work, so I cannot stay after 3:30. 3:30, I gotta get in the car and get back in traffic. So I told you that I was going to show you the stations that I had for open house. It's nothing fancy. My grade chair actually gave it to the rest of the fourth grade teachers, and so that way it all looked uniform. So there was no like, ooh, I'm going to pop popcorn and put it in bags and say thank you for popping in. Like, there was nothing like that. We did have a cute little saying about peppermints, like thank you for your commitment, and it was something. But yeah, so let me slow down, breathe, and talk. So I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna show you some little things that I've done in the classroom. My library looks clean, but it's not organized. But that's gonna be something that I do probably a little bit each day next week. I have encouraged the kids, when they came to open house, I told them, the first thing I asked them was, do you love to read? And they were pretty honest. A lot of them, I could tell in their face, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to read. But some of them were really excited, and they was like, oh, I read at home, and I'm reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And I said, excellent, you have a book bin. Bring Diary of a Wimpy Kid to school, and during your dear time, which means drop everything and read, you can read that book. And so I do have a few kids that's going to bring in their own selections to read for the first week. So we'll still get to practice that dear time to build that stamina. I'll probably start dear time probably at like 10 minutes, and then we'll stop and we'll, talk a little bit. But my goal is to get dear time between 15 and 20 minutes every single day. But I know first day that's not going to probably happen. So I'm about to flip the camera around, and I'll show you what I have done and what I need to do. And then I'm also going to talk to you guys a little bit about my folders that will be going home on Monday. Okay, so starting over here, as you see, I got Class A done. I put my clipboards right here by the door with some expo markers. Right here, I'll probably have anchor charts as we develop them. So Class A is labeled under there. That bin right there is going to be where I put my extras for each day. So that way, if I have any absences or need additional copies, I know exactly where to find it. Right there is Class B. They do not have the labels made yet, so I'm still working on that. So please, work with me. I just got a pencil sharpener in Amazon. The last class I had, my last group of fourth graders, they broke it, and I refused to purchase another one because they broke it because of rough handling and just manipulation. And I told them, like, that was yours. You broke it, so I'm not going to purchase another one. So they all got their little dollar ones from Dollar Tree, and that's how they sharpen their pencils every day. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably already saw this. Last year, I made a work board template, and it is in my TPT store, so you can go ahead and check that out if you would like. And this is just the sheet that I created as I wait for something to put up for the students. I love how I use the twine. I got that idea during a PD session. I was kind of, going into La La Land and trying to figure out how I could label the board. And so I like how I use clips, and I can literally just pull it down. There's no glue, no stapling or anything like that. So I can change the letters if I want to. I can reuse the letters if I need to. So I thought that was awesome. Vocabulary, we're gonna, get there. I have a, speaker for like announcements and stuff. There's Shine, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, but it failed, and it does not work. I can't hear anything the office tries to tell me. So what I decided to do, I originally was going to have the word explore up, and I'm just talking and moving, but I originally was going to have the word explore, but then I had Shine, and so I decided to recycle. I'm reaching the end of my teacher account, so I was like, Monet, it's not that big of a deal. continue to promote, students to shine academically and socially, and it goes with my lights. So that's how that looks, and I put the brick behind it just to make it pop since the letters were white. I am going to make map labels. So basically I'm just gonna like identify the map key. I'm gonna identify the time zones. I'm gonna identify like one state, one capital, so they can kind of see those map skills on the wall. So when they create their own ones, they can kind of refer to that one and how I labeled it. There are my floating books. I got that idea from Real Rap with Reynolds. I love his channel. So I made those last weekend and put them up. My READ, I made that with canvas, like the canvas boards, or what painters they create on. And so I covered it with burlap, and then they had metal flowers on sale at Michael's for like 20 cents. So I bought that to kind of like accent it, to put that rustic feel back in it. Again, I don't have it organized yet, but I did make it where it's still, it's still functional. But I'm probably not gonna really let them jump in quite yet. My goal is to have that straight next week. There is a reason why I have white bins and black bins. So the black bins will be labeled, the white bins will be labeled according to interest. The black bins will be labeled according to level. At my PD session or our staff meeting, they announced that they really want every library to have a level text area, and they want to see it. So that's exactly why I put it right in front of my door. So bam, when you come in to observe me, you can see I met the requirements. So give me my little points. And so that's done. And I mean, kids will still enjoy it, I guess. Like once they know their level, they can, do that. My pencil pillows from IKEA. I have not finished my kits, so tomorrow is going to be a really busy day. I'm coming in super early. My clock is not on my door anymore. I'm about to put it right there. I put FYI on my board for your information, and that has my schedule for like specials, lunch, duties that I have, when I have them, and it also has the school calendar, so events and things that's happening around the school. Classroom values. I'm not doing class rules, I'm doing class values, because I want to teach them what that is and why people have values. And I thought that was just a little bit deeper than teaching rules, because at the end of the day, when we teach rules, guess what? When they leave, they're gonna go to a whole new teacher with a whole new set of rules. But if we put some core values into them, that's like a lifelong lesson. So that's why I chose to do that. And I will put that in my TPT store. And I will be having a sale this weekend on my TPT store. So I just printed it on 8x11 paper. And then they had frames, 8x11 frames at Walmart for $2, and so I got those, and that's just fine. So when you walked in, excuse the mess, it's cleaner than it was, but it's still not, like woo. So they came in, they had a meet the teacher letter. I wrote a letter for the grade level, just welcoming the students to 4th grade and shaking off summer and telling them how excited we are to have them. Over here they had a sign in. We had laptops, literally not Chromebooks, but I had 2 laptops, and I had a spreadsheet, and parents type their name, student's name, best email address, and number. And over here I had copies of the supply list so they could pick it up there. Number 4, when they register in the office, they had a card that we had to collect, so that's what that tray was for. And then 5, we had a PTA sign up for parents, and so that was there on that clipboard. And then lastly, this is the one I was talking about with the little treat. It was really simple. I had a dollar store glass that I just filled with peppermint, and I probably put on my desk, but it says, thank you for your commitment, involvement, and encouragement in your child's education. And my grade chair got that off of TPT. So that was the open house. It was very simple. Kids came in, they got to sit down. The cutest thing that I heard, and I heard it about 2 times, but when they came in and they saw the rug, they said, "Oh my God, there's grass in the class." And I was like, "That's so cute that you think this is grass, but I mean, it does really look like grass." And they touched it, and it was really cool. Like, I love this design. Like, I really, really do, and it can only get better. So I'm excited about that. I think I showed you last week this wall. I'm gonna try to put my papers in them tomorrow. So tonight is gonna be really interesting. My children come back from their grandmother's tonight, so that's gonna be, I probably won't do it. I don't know. I'm gonna just come in early tomorrow. But I have a lamp that I'm gonna put over there to just add more light to the classroom so we can function with the lights off. But that's what my classroom looks like. So now I'm gonna show you what I am developing for my folder. Something that I'll show you really quickly. So it says word recorder. Let me lay it down. Okay. So there you go. Word recorder. This is a personal word wall. It has all the letters of the alphabet, and then on this sheet, it has an additional words area, and then it has a strategy for breaking down unknown words. This will be available in my TPT store as well this weekend. So if you would like to put this in your student's binder or in their folder, I think it applies to all subjects, whether you're departmentalized or whether you teach reading or not. I think that's a great addition because what I told my coworkers is that the reason why, and I'm going to switch over. I was telling my fellow teachers the reason why I really don't like doing word walls. Number one, it takes up an incredible amount of space on your walls that could be filled with potential anchor charts and resources for students to refer to while they're working. But also, when they go home to do assignments, activities, and projects, they don't have that word wall with them. So it's kind of like, oh, well, I can't spell this word right because I don't have the word wall, or it's a little crippling and limited at the same time. So what I like to do is just to kind of also differentiate it as well, because some students don't need to know how to spell and, while some do. Some students don't need to know how to spell because, some do. Those are just simple examples. And so I feel like with it being personal, what I like for them to do when they ask me how to spell something, I tell them to get their word recorder. I ask them to sound it out, and I help them spell it correctly, and then we write it down in their word recorder, which is in their student folder. And then that way they don't have to ask me about their word anymore. They can always refer to their tool. And if they need additional sheets, I just simply make a copy and they stick it in, and their folder keeps up with it. That folder stays with them at all times. It also has their weekly homework sheet. So that's what I like to do. Again, just it allows me to have that classroom wall space that I need, but it also makes it more personal. And when I shared that with one of the 5th grade teachers, she said, wow, her mom made her do that when she was in school, and her mom still keeps that journal. She actually had like a journal. She still has that journal till this day. So I thought that was pretty cute. So again, if you want that, you can go to my TPT store and get it. So.